Most major brands are getting hundreds, if not thousands, of emails every single day from creators like you pitching their content services. But the thing is, most of them either get left on red or given a free collab. And let's be honest, you're not going to pay your bills with a free stay at a hotel or a free product. And to be honest, I don't really blame the brands because they're getting emails like this. Hey, my name's Nash and I'm a travel photographer with 4 years of experience, and I've shot with Royal Caribbean and Hyatt and Four Seasons and Westin, and I'd love to shoot for you because your property is absolutely amazing. Here's my media kit. Here's a link to my website portfolio. Let me know if you're interested. So you send this out and you get ghosted and you're wondering why you don't get paid. Here's the deal. No one is going to work with you in a saturated market like the travel industry just because you pitch them that you can shoot content and that you have a certain amount of experience. Because the fact is, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other creators who are pitching this exact same brand and are willing to do the work that you're pitching for free. Or this blows my mind, they're even willing to do it for a discount off the service that's being offered by the brand, meaning that the brand gives them a discount code. They go shoot for a day, 3 days, whatever it is, give them the content. So they are literally paying the brand to shoot for them. It's crazy, I know. So the question becomes, well, how do I stand out from this crowd? Well, I'll tell you 2 surefire ways not to. The first one is charging less. You're competing with people who are willing to do work for free, so you're not going to charge less than zero. Plus, if your value proposition is I can do more for less, you're going to run yourself into the ground and be out of business in like a year. The second one is having better creatives. If this is your value proposition, then that's great if they're comparing apples to apples in the final decision stage, but it doesn't help you in terms of getting responses, because if a brand isn't even opening your email or responding to your email, then who cares what your creatives look like because they haven't even gotten there yet. So I guess the real first question we have to ask ourselves is, how do we get a brand to open an email, let alone even respond to it? And the answer to that is really twofold. The first thing is have something intriguing, and the second thing is have little to no friction involved in experiencing that. So let me just give you a few examples. Why is Instagram and TikTok so addicting? Number one, they have very little friction, right? All you do is download the app. They have an algorithm that gives you exactly what you want to see. It learns based on your habits and what you want to see, so that it's just pumping you exactly what you want, right? So there's very little friction to actually be on the app so that they can sell more ads, right? And the second thing is that it's intriguing, right? Because they're feeding you exactly what you want, you are more inclined to be on the app for hours and hours so that they can sell more ad space to the brands that want to advertise to you. So it's the same kind of concept like when you're creating hooks for social media as well, right? You want to create intrigue in that first 1 to 3 seconds so people are interested in watching the video, and you want to reduce the friction so that people will watch the entire video versus clicking off, right? So that you have a higher retention. So if we apply this framework to our brand outreach, that means we have to create as much intrigue as possible while reducing as much friction as possible in order to move the conversation further. So just to clarify here, our selling point isn't this is the content I offer, this is how much I charge, this is everything laid out in one, and make a decision now, even though you don't even know me because I'm a stranger, right? That's not the selling point. The selling point is actually, hey, let me allow you to experience what my content will bring to your company in terms of the results, and then you make an educated choice whether you think it's a fit for your company or not. So then that brings me to why a brand would even hire you in a saturated market, because remember, you're competing with a whole lot of other people who are willing to do this work for free. So let's break it down. Brands exchange money when they feel that the value that they get is in excess to the money that they give the creator, right? So in other words, they are getting more than they get it. So we have to think of things that we can realistically offer a brand that's worth at least $30,000 to $50,000 over the course of the next year, ideally a whole lot more than that, so that we can justify charging high ticket prices, say $5,000, right? They invest $5,000, they have the chance to make $50,000, that's a 10x ROI. That's pretty good, right? But we have to show how we can create that value for them. So let's do a little example here. So first, you have to figure out who exactly you're talking to. If you don't know who you're talking to, then I have some other videos on the channel that help you define exactly who your ideal client avatar is. But let's just say, for example's sake, that we're talking to adventure apparel companies. They have jackets, they have sweatshirts, they have boots, that kind of stuff, right? So that's who we're talking to. Then we got to think, what does this brand actually need? What is something on their radar? Obviously, most brands want to make more money. They want to lower their cost of acquisition, whatever, right? But what do they specifically need for their company? So let's just say for this example, we're transitioning seasons. We're getting more into the winter season, meaning they're going to be launching like snow jackets, snow boots, scarves, gloves, all this kind of stuff for their new winter line, meaning they're going to need to have some assets or ads created for all of this new apparel. So maybe in this case, they need new assets to advertise all this new apparel, or maybe they have a flagship product that they're trying to launch, and you need to create launch assets to be able to launch that effectively, right? So now that we know who we're talking to, what they need, all we need to do is show that we are the people that they need to work with in order to get the end result they want, which is ideally the highest ad efficiency on whatever product that they're launching, right? So all we need to do in order to actually sell this is just show an example of an ad creative we've used in the past that has gotten insane results. But I know a lot of you guys maybe don't have that case study yet, and that's okay. So what you can do, and this is deadly, is you can actually purchase a product from the brand or have a similar product, create a spec ad, maybe 15 to 30 seconds, or some spec product photos or whatever it might be, create a strategy around how the brand can actually use them, and then find a similar case study in the same industry. So for example, adventure apparel companies, find another company that's implementing killer ad creatives that you're basing this strategy on, and then use that to justify your strategy and why it will work for the brand. So now you don't have to share the entire strategy in the first email. In fact, I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you can at least share a case study, kind of a transformational thing, and create that intrigue. So now when you reach out, instead of trying to hard sell them on your supposed experience, you can actually, number one, create intrigue because you have something that they want, right? You have an example creative as well as the results that they're trying to get from it. That's intrigue, right? And number two, you've reduced the friction because instead of them having to commit to paying you or doing all kinds of meetings or having a huge email thread, all they have to do is say, yes, they're interested, and you're going to share more about the strategy with them, as well as the ad creatives and all that kind of stuff. Now, just as a disclaimer, when you do share these ad creatives, I'd highly recommend, just watermarking it so that they don't steal it. Not saying they will, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. But it gives an example of what it would look like for them to actually work with you. So your goal here is really to allow the prospective client to experience the results that your content has to offer so that they can shift their default negative beliefs in terms of wanting to work with you, because most clients off the gate are going to have their guard up and they're not going to want to work with somebody who just cold emails them. So you have to give them that experience. And when you do this right, you're not hard selling anybody at all. You're just subconsciously shifting beliefs of the client so that they come to the natural conclusion that working with you is what they need in order to achieve that end result that you're offering. So show you're good at what you do and remove the friction to move forward. Low friction, great deliverables, that's the game. And that's really what I help my creator clients do, is build out this messaging so they can do targeted outbound outreach to their target client at scale. So if you're tired of getting cheapo clients or getting left on red and you want a proven path to actually scale your content business, then check the link in the description below, book in a call with a member of my team, and he'll walk you through our entire process from outreach to messaging to positioning to creating your offer, all that kind of stuff, as well as scaling your company, building out team members, the whole thing. So you don't have to worry about that. You can actually charge more, work with better clients, and ultimately get the freedom that you got in this business to begin with for. So if you want to learn how we can do that and implement that in your company, then check the link in the description below, and we cannot wait to talk with you. Other than that, if you liked this video, then definitely give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because we got a whole bunch of other videos that are valuable like this, specifically for content creators, photographers, and videographers. So if you are looking to scale your content business, there's a whole lot of stuff on here for free. So check that out, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Peace.